I'm going to show you the 3 AI tools that you can use to build a $1 million business without hiring more employees. And no, this isn't another ChatGPT or Claude walkthrough that you've seen 1,000 times. These are the exact tools that I'm implementing in our businesses to scale over $1 million a year. Which brings me to the first tool to build a $1 million business, which is Drippy.ai. Drippy.ai is a DM tool that allows you to fully automate your Twitter outreach and personalize each message using AI. Whether you're just starting your business or you've been running one for multiple years now, we've seen Twitter DMs be an absolute game changer across the board. You might be wondering right now, like, hey Alex, I've never heard of Twitter DMs before. Well, here's why Twitter DMs are so effective right now. Number one, the volume on Twitter is absolutely insane. Twitter allows you to send up to 500 messages per day per account. So if you just think about it, if you're running 10 Twitter accounts, for example, you can be sending up to 5,000 messages per day, which is absolutely insane with just 10 accounts. Number two, Twitter allows you to have direct access to decision makers where literally no one else is reaching them because no one knows that Twitter outreach is even a thing. Number three is that there are literally no deliverability issues. This isn't like cold email where the setup matters and you need to be careful with what you're saying. It's a private social platform where no one else is reaching out to them, or at least a lot less people are reaching out to them compared to any other platform. And not only that, but it is a fraction of the cost of something like cold email or cold LinkedIn outreach, and definitely way cheaper than running paid ads or having a full content marketing team. And now I know a lot of you guys will want to see the results that you can expect from something like Twitter outreach, given that it is so new. So here's some data for you. Our campaigns average a 3.01% reply rate, and this is across over 1.5 million DMs, but you can very realistically expect anywhere between a 1 and a 3% reply rate. So yes, I highly recommend that if you're already doing outreach on some other platform, or if you're thinking about starting outreach, you take a look at Twitter DMs and Drippy.ai. And obviously links to all the platforms that I mentioned in this video will be linked down below in the description. All right, so the second AI tool to build a $1 million business is Instantly.ai. Instantly is similar to Drippy.ai in the sense that it is also an outreach platform, but Instantly specifically focuses on cold email. Cold email isn't as new or as unsaturated as Twitter DMs, but it definitely still works very, very well if done correctly. I've tested a bunch of different platforms. There are a couple that are very similar, but I'd always recommend you go with either Instantly, SmartLead, or Inframail. Instantly specifically is super easy to use, very clean interface, and very good customer support. And so whenever anyone asks me for advice on how to start a new company, I always tell them to, number one, build a great offer, and then number two, to start doing outreach on email, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And obviously my tool of choice for cold email is Instantly, but I also recommend the other ones that I mentioned earlier. Once again, links down below in the description to all of these platforms. The third and final AI tool that we'll talk about today is Clay.com. Clay pairs really well with both Drippy and Instantly, as among many other things, it is a lead enrichment platform, meaning that if you have a list of people that you want to email, but then you maybe also want to reach out to them on other platforms, whether that be Twitter or LinkedIn, you can run them through a Clay workflow to figure out what their LinkedIn profiles are and what their personal Twitter handles are. Something else that I love using Clay for is to qualify leads. So for example, let's say you use Drippy to scrape a list of Twitter profiles, and now you want to make sure that all these Twitter profiles that you scraped are exclusively maybe CEOs or C-suite of SaaS companies. What you can do is you can easily export from Drippy, you can chuck that list into Clay, and then you can have Clay's Clayagent, with essentially just an AI agent that will look into whatever data you give it. In this case, it's going to be their website to determine whether or not they are whatever title you need them to be from a specific type of company. So if you only want to reach out to SaaS founders, then you will essentially just write a prompt and instruct Clayagent to look into the prospect's website and determine whether or not, or what the likelihood of them being a CEO or a founder at a SaaS company actually is. And then once you're done with that, you can export that list, chuck it back onto Drippy, Instantly, or whatever outreach tool you want to use, and then reach out to them that way. It's super useful and super easy to do, so I highly recommend you check it out. And that's it. Those are the 3 main AI tools that you can use to scale a company past $1 million in revenue without hiring more employees. Once again, the links to all the tools are down below in the description. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll leave you with this video that'll walk you through how to set up your first campaign using Drippy.ai. See you there.